It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Oh, that was loud. I hope I didn't.
Damn,
I think I
was
clipped the
loud.
mic. That was loud. I was like I screamed it. It's because I'm excited.
Right,
I'm excited for everybody to be here.
Stream. Got that streaming, and that is streaming. Okay, so now we're live.
So you got some trailers. We're going to watch some trailers.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, this is what I was talking about earlier. Okay, I need you to pay attention to this. All right.
Right.
So the show that everybody's making fun of. All right, it's like a. Have you ever heard of Temptation Island?
That's the show everyone's talking about, right?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
I saw over Twitter.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's the name of the show. I could be wrong, but anyway, this is like the Spanish version of it. And me being able to speak, and understand Spanish, I understand what the guy was saying. Not everybody understood what he was saying, but it was funny because apparently on the show, I've never seen the show, so I'm not like an expert at it. But from what I gather, it's like they test each other's loyalty and stuff like that, and all this other stuff or whatever. So anyway, this dude, his name is Montoya, and that's where everybody seeing like like everybody saying Montoya, because he's like screaming and shit. But anyway, so the dude, apparently, he was going on Critical Gaming.
What's up, Critical?
So apparently his test was like he was hanging out with a bunch of women, and don't get me wrong, these women are bad, like banging everybody on there banging. You know what I mean? And she gave him like a lap dance and stuff like that. But apparently, like, that's all it was. Like, it wasn't more than that or whatever. But she didn't see everything. She got like really upset and was calling him estúpido, just screaming at him and stuff like that. Basically calling him a stupid son of a bitch and all this other stuff. And she like ran off camera and stuff like that. Well, her get back was she went all the way in. She was watching the camera when he was doing all this. So when it was his turn to watch the camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
His chick was in bed with another dude, right? And like she's like making out with him and shit like that. And he's like breaking down, and he's talking about he's talking about running on the beach. He's like about to run on the beach, and the woman, like the host, is like, "Don't run on the beach." You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying it all in Spanish, but she's like basically saying like, "Don't run on the beach" and stuff like that. And he's like, "You hurt." It was very dramatic because like the lightning's crashing in the background, and like it's like the wind's blowing, and he's like, "You hurt, you destroyed me." He's like ripping open his shirt, like, "You destroyed me." But anyway, what he doesn't see is the dude's like, he has enough, right? So he's like, "I'm about to go like get my woman," right? But like. And I kind of want to see what happens when he sees the video, because he didn't see all this because he was too big. Dude, you remember when T-1000 was running after the cop car and Terminator like that fast? That's how he was running on the beach. His hands were like this, right? And he was gone. But by the time he was running on the beach, his wife was riding that dude. I'm talking about that ass was bouncing. I'm like, you could see it. She was fucking the shit out that dude. Like, and then like he gets there and he's like, "Come get." He's like this big emotional thing. The lightning's all crashing in the background, and like, I was like, dude, Martin Scorsese couldn't have set up a better picture of like drama.
That backdrop got me, dude.
It was funny.
Like I was thinking, is this fake? Like, what
is
it?
It was like raining and like the wind's blowing, and he like went and laid on the beach and he was like holding his shirt. It's like, "You hurt me." He was like screaming. Dude, I've never seen a crash out like that before, but that was funny. That was funny. You couldn't have scripted a better, like nobody could have wrote that. Like with the weather on the beach, nobody could have wrote that. It was good. That was good cinema. Now I want to see. Now, never seen the show. Now I want to see what happens when he sees the video of her riding that dude. Like, now I gotta want to see.
He had to have seen him shortly after that.
I'm sure, but now they're going to show it. I want to see it, like, because that was some serious business. I'm talking about old boy was tearing it up.
All right, Grant. Let's get in some trailers and we'll get into the podcast.
All right.
Okay, let me pull up YouTube. Downloads. Let's watch this one first. All right, let me know when you see my screen. Sharing now. This is the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater official release date trailer. Just got released, I think, yesterday. All right, let's go.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it. America is out to destroy the 𝐬𝐮𝐫𝐿 and get its hands on your inheritance. The philosopher's legacy. Then they're out to kill me as well.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother, and my master.
The Cobras will take care of him.
Do you hear me, Snake? We are the sons of the boss!
I see it! The fear!
A great and terrible fury at being alive. A host of sorrows. And you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still have the 𝐬𝐿𝐫𝐿 and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us. I'm not finished yet!
That looks good.
Six more months?
Yeah. He kind of moved like you on the battlefield.
Kinda. You're right.
What is this?
And more. Oh, okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be good. It looks like a solid remake compared to the original.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Last trailer, and then we'll go into the podcast. This is a new game.
Did you forget what happened on that night in this city? Oh, but this place remembers. And so do I. I'll be waiting in the place where hope turned to ash. So come and find me.
That looks cool. At first, I thought it was. I didn't see the name of the game.
I thought it was like a tactical.
Well, I thought it was like a mobile Resident Evil game,
or something
like a Resident Evil for the mobile phone type game.
But I like that over the top look.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, looks good. All right, let me do some last minute.
Go ahead and send that. Go ahead and send that retweet.
I am. Don't worry, I am, buddy. And then we'll get into the podcast.
All right.
We got a lot to talk about today.
It's going to be interesting.
Yep. Let me pin that. Buddy.
Hurry up and pin it. Hurry up.
I got a pin. It's pinned. It's reposted and everything. All right. All right. We got a lot.
We have a lot.
All right, but anyway, let's start.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grant Rolling here with the DMG Gaming Podcast, and as always, I'm joined by the guy who received $2.35 from USAID, my boy Ed Phillips. What up, my boy?
Did I? I can't remember.
You know, they sent it to you. They sent it to you.
They're just sending millions out. Hey, hook a brother up.
I know. They sent millions out and they gave you $2.35.
No, right? That's messed up. All right, Grant. Let's get into the gaming news and we'll get into subjects. All right, today we're going to talk about Fextralife, where they write about Dragon Age of Veilguard from the get-go. You know, they caught a lot of shit for that.
They did. They caught a lot.
When they said, at first they said they weren't going to do the review, and then they did the review. Hey, what's going on, 𝐟𝐸𝐿2? Thanks for joining. And then they did the review, and they still caught shit for it. But it turns out, I'm not a fan of Fextralife. Like, I don't go to do their, they got a lot of strategy guides for RPGs. I don't really go there for my strategy guides. But they were right the entire time.
I mean, there's no need to take a victory lap whenever when they were spot on.
And we're going to go into USAID attacking gamers, utilizing that money to influence a lot of things.
These people got paid a lot of money.
We're not going to regurgitate what everyone's been hearing from all the other big streamers. So we're going to try to kind of break down it in our own way. We have our disgruntled gamer rants. We're going to talk about Daniel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Vavra.
He's going to come at us on Twitter now.
Yeah, Daniel Vavra.
You say it enough, it's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, he's the lead for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and, of course, Kingdom Come. We're just going to kind of talk about some of his social media posts. And I'm going to get into, before we cover that, I'm going to get into my 3 hours of gameplay with Kingdom Come 2, what I've experienced so far. I only have 3 hours, so I'm not going to be, going deep into it.
I feel like this episode is going to I'm going to have to unsheath the sword and go to battle on Twitter.
Maybe. All right. We also got a game Gambit where we get AI to give us a random generated game to talk about. We got a top 10 list, gaming news, and there's a news story that I don't hear a lot of people talking about right now.
Also, we're going to look at an old IGN score and see if it holds up.
We will. All right. But the big story is evolving all this USAID crap of USAID giving money for all these places, not doing what their core mission is. Google is protecting Politico.
They sure are.
That is a big news. All right. They are protecting Politico, and they're protecting a lot of other things. They're protecting USAID. All right. When it comes to their search engine. Okay. And we're going to show you live, pretty much live, and exactly what I searched for. Could there be other terms? Yes. But we're just going to show you what a standard ask a question, and even with USAID, and see how Google what stories Google gives you up front. Okay, so that's a big deal. All right, but first, let's talk about Fextralife. Okay, all right. So
sounds like a drink. Sounds like a drink for like hydration. Like if you're dehydrated, yeah. Well, it just sounds like not an energy drink. It sounds like something like if you're dehydrated and you need it.
Sounds like a
for like
vitamin
infants.
Water.
Well, it sounds like for infants.
Like vitamin, like what is that? Life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's some Fextralife
water, whatever it is.
Like, hey, my kid's got what is it? What does they say? Was it colic or whatever? Hey, give him some Fextralife.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So anyway, Fextralife. Back in, they got early access to the game. They were going to do a review. They posted it YouTube back in the day. Here, let me go ahead and pull it up so everyone knows what I'm talking about. It's the video before the game was released, and they were going to do a review at the time of release, but they decided not to.
I wonder why.
Yeah, so let me.
Because they got swashbuckled. Everybody was coming at them.
All right, so let me pull it up for you. Let me know when you see my screen.
Yep, there it is.
All right. So basically what they did was, let me switch back. What they did was, I'll play it just for a little
Guard
bit.
review.
You guys can read the captions. But basically what they did was they put out there why they weren't going to give it a review. And it was a lot of the spin between getting the early access for the game, which they did not receive. And being how big they are, they say what you want about them. They are a big channel.
Yep.
Okay. They got 1 million subscribers at least. And they get hundreds of thousands of views every video they put out, just about. So they are something that a lot of people go to for news and everything like that. But anyway, so they put out this video explaining why they weren't want to review it, because again, they weren't given the access code in time. And they kind of blasted it. All right. And then people immediately after this video, everyone, all the gatekeepers came and started attacking Fextralife, saying, "Oh, you haven't played the game," all the standard crap. But they put it out there, the reasons why, and what they saw of it when they were able to play it in like a conference or something like that for a little bit, and they kind of brought up basically their kind of spill on just the small amount of the game they were able to play. But what happened was, let me go to the other video. They eventually did play it when it released, and they gave a review. So let me go to our downloads.
That's always like their first go-to. Oh, you haven't played the game yet.
And they do play the game. They release on November 2nd, shortly after release, they release a video explaining, just giving their actual review, and it's not shining at all. And believe it or not, they hit it for many reasons, like we said in our review. Believe it or not, many reasons such as the repetitive gameplay, the combat, and all that stuff. I'm not even sure if they brought up any of the Tosh character and stuff like that, like we did. But how it ruined the fantasy. But they hit the story very hard. It was very bland. And for being a big name like Dragon Age, they kind of were like, why, the story just wasn't up to par with most of your Dragon Ages. Okay.
But I never understood why people get so up in arms whenever somebody gives it a negative review. I mean, look, I can go ahead and tell you, like, all the games that we play, I can send them to my brother-in-law and he'll be like, I hate this game. Like,
yeah. No, everyone's going to like your game.
He literally hates every game that I've given him. I was like, all right, why don't you play this one?
Denying Fextralife with such a, they're known for the reviews and everything like that. Let me pause that.
Oh.
And they're known for the reviews. Let me stop sharing real quick. They're known for the reviews and everything, Grant. So, like, and, even their first impressions video that I showed just a second ago and their actual review, it was fair. It was fair to a lot of other people's reviews, because it pretty much was a lot of other publications, not just Fextralife, said the same thing, including us, but we brought up a little bit more stuff, including the abysmal finishing just the story.
Yeah.
Like on Steam, the completion rate for getting the achievement just for completing the story, chapter 12 or whatever, it was abysmal. It was like 2.5%. And this was a month after the game was released. People weren't finishing the story because it was so bland.
Yeah. But there's so many reviews about this game, and I'm sure ours got lost in the shuffle, but that's not the point. The point is, there's so many reviews about this game that you can now tell, well, there's so many reviews about a lot of games, but you can always tell which ones are not sincere. It's just a hate review. You know what I mean? And this wasn't one of them. And the people treated it like that. And every time somebody sees something negative, they treat it like it's a hate review. Like, oh, you didn't play the game. Well, okay. That's true. If my cat takes a shit on the floor, I don't have to pick it up and smell it to know that it's shit. I can look at it and tell that it's shit.
Correct. But anyway, so, and people are attacking for just giving their spin on it. Okay, they can do whatever they want. They're a major publication that has reviewed hundreds and hundreds of games, if not thousands. And but let's spin it to the other side. What about the publications that gave it a 10?
Exactly, that's the same thing.
9. Yeah. Dragon Age: The Veilguard, a 9 or a 10. Be truthful about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that's where the shields,
a 9 or a 10.
The shields get praised, but the people who give honest reviews get death threats.
Yeah, yeah, and people can spin it the other way, right? They can spin it. Oh well, they gave their opinion, right? Well, I've been gaming for 30 plus years. Yeah, 30 plus years. You've been gaming for 30 plus years. All right, I know what a good game is.
Yeah.
All right, I played that game. I 100%ed it.
Yeah.
Logged through it.
You're one of the few, actually.
I did everything you could possibly do in that game, including all the companion crap, everything. All right. I really slogged through it, and I gave a fair review. We gave it a 7.
You gave it the old IGN 7.
Yep. Old IGN 7. It was a okay, good RPG, bottom line. It could have gotten higher, but the story writing, the storytelling, the fantasy was good up front, and then they just slapped you in the face right in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, because
ideological purposes.
Exactly. And the people are so hypocritical.
forceful.
The people are so hypocritical because if you go like if IGN when IGN gave it a 10 and we came out and said that this is a terrible, like we always do, whatever, they come and defend IGN. Oh, these guys have always been spot on for years and stuff like that. And then if you gave a 7, they're going to come at you for saying, oh, you haven't played the game. You're not. It's the same thing. Same people.
Yeah. And then people will attack you. Well, you gave it a review based off ideological purposes. Well, everyone that gave it a 9 and 10 also, if you look at those reviews from GameSpot, IGN, they mentioned, oh, I could play what I wanted to. And they really went glowing on the trans portion of it.
Yeah. That's because they have the same ideology.
Surgery scars and everything like that in the character creator. They really hit home for that. And, when I'm looking as a gamer and I'm looking at a game, 99% of gamers do not give a shit about any of that crap.
But it's like whenever you went through the beards, like they just all look terrible. Like it would even the character creation was awful.
Character creator.
Yeah, it was awful, man. I'll watch you do it live.
But the hair physics,
yeah.
Whatever. I hate those people. Dude. The hair physics.
Fuck his hair physics anyway.
But it just didn't make sense.
But here's the thing: is if you glow about hair physics, you're fine. But if you talk about jiggle physics, you're a gooner.
Oh, gooner. I mean, they have one body type for females. I mean, there's like no. I mean, I guess all females look the same. But in a fantasy world, you can have top surgery scars, but you cannot have implants.
Yeah.
Oh, but someone replied to us was like, oh, I mean, in a medieval setting, fantasy, where are you going to get the implants? It's not magic. Well, they can cut them out. So obviously they're going to have a way to put something in, right?
They could stuff them with hay. Who knows?
I mean, you guys are making up shit in the game. Yeah. We can also make up shit to counter it.
Yeah, the guy who person is a made up gender. It's a gendermancer.
Gendermancer. Corn Bush gendermancer. Oh boy. All right, so anyway, that's back on Fextralife. I know that's an old topic, but I thought I didn't want to run to their defense, but it is worthy to talk about because they were right this entire time after getting all this shit.
Yep, and it's going to, and the thing about it is this is going to be a thing going forward. I think people are going to stop holding back and they're just going to give reviews and they're just going to take it on the chin because they don't care because these people, it's the same people. You see the same 4 people on Twitter trying to shield for these games and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's the same. I'm not gonna call them out because they know. I mean, people know who they are.
Yeah, it's just a weird scenario. Oh yeah, Razortooth mentioned Age of Conan MMO had implants. Yep. Not worthy of comment, but they existed.
They did.
All right. Thanks for that, Razortooth. All right. So, but again, to close this subject, Fextralife. They got a lot of shit for it. I'm not like defending them because I mean I just don't watch their channel. Maybe every now and then I might watch it, but but the bottom line is just you got to put yourself back 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
During that time period, that they got so much shit for it, and it ended up by the sales numbers, everything after the fact, the layoffs at BioWare, they were right. The game was meh. It was a good meh. That's literally what they said in the review. It was a good meh.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is like you actually gave it a better review than 90% of the people, and we probably got more shit about it. Like you were probably the most fair about it of everything. Like you had a score, and you gave an in-depth detail of why it was that way. But you know what they focused on? The reason why you gave it a 7. Dude, because of Tosh, because because of the character, and they didn't care about that because now you're a transphobe and you're a bigot and a racist.
But it's not even just that. You got to look at it like this, dude. Like it was around a 9 game up to halfway through the game.
Yeah, it was a beautiful game
because it wasn't repetitive yet. The combat was still fresh, skills and everything like that. But it's for some reason, like in their creational development process of the game. Halfway through the development process, they just lost touch of everything.
It's like it was rushed. Like all right, we gotta get this game out.
They just lost touch of where they were trying to head. You know, the fantasy. They just lost touch of everything halfway through. And that's why halfway through the game, it becomes a slog towards the end.
Yeah. And that's why you see halfway through, people quit playing.
Yeah. That's why the completion rate for that game was garbage. Yep. Hence why the sales, the refunds, and how it turned out. Hence, bam, you got the layoffs. BioWare's less than 100 people right now working on Mass Effect 5. Holy shit. We were right all along.
Nope.
All right, let's get in some gaming news. Grant. Ready for that gaming news,
Was
Grant?
that not gaming news? I thought we were in gaming news.
No, that was the Fextralife subject.
Okay.
It sure was. All right, let's pull up that Twitter or that X.
What about that?
Bookmarks. What?
Yeah, you got to share that one bookmark I sent you.
What? I wanted to play something real quick since we just got off Dragon Age.
I know that's what I wanted you to show.
What's that?
I can't. This was well, you'll see it.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Let me turn that volume up. Ready?
Yep.
So, I'm non-binary.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
And that person who says I'm non-binary, that actually happens in the game. For those who don't know,
It does happen, and they make you do push-ups and all types of stuff, or a barv, for misgendering them. All right, we don't want to go into that yet. USAID stuff. Don't want to go into that. Don't want to go into that. Speaking of Fextralife, I didn't even know I bookmarked this. How about that? All right, so let's go to this. This is interesting. Like this game.
This game's gonna be so good.
Oh yeah, I know. I retweeted this. All right. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the the turn-based RPG that's coming out here soon. Actually, pretty shortly. The game has already secured a place on big screen. They're going to make a movie of this game.
Really?
They are.
Wow. And this is an
it
Xbox
makes
exclusive,
sense if
right?
you look at the game. It looks cinematic as hell, dude. Like it looks. It's a completely new concept story. What I've seen from other games, like tactical. Especially RPG, like turn-based games. Like it's a fresh world. It's not your Final Fantasy world. It's not what?
Isn't it just for Xbox?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's for everything, right?
Why
don't you want me to Google it for you?
Even if it was, it wouldn't be for long.
That's true. You want me to Google? I'm gonna Google it for you, Grant.
Yeah, how about
for some reason you don't know how to type.
You're like Howard Stern and the black lady of the show. You do both jobs.
Yes, Grant. It's coming out. All right, let's see. It's April 24th, 2025 on Windows, PlayStation 5, and Xbox X.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Lazy.
Thank you, sir.
Lazy.
Thank you. But the thing about it is it probably started out just on Xbox, and then he was like, you know what? I kind of feel like giving it away to everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Even Nintendo.
But this game, if anyone hasn't seen the trailers, we showed it in a podcast several times. I don't know. So God knows how long it was. But if you haven't seen, go on YouTube, look up the trailer for it. They have new gameplay stuff, a lot more gameplay footage in the trailers, the newer trailers. Go check it out. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, looks good.
Again, you're not getting the Final Fantasy world. You're not getting Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest. You're getting a brand new thing for a turn-based RPG.
Has this ever been? Have they? I don't know. Have they done a game like this where it's turn-based but looks open world, like view, like that?
So, like the way their map system is also awesome. Have you seen? You saw the map footage, right?
Yeah.
Of you traveling on that big giant thing.
Yeah.
But the map world looks so cool. It's condensed. You would see if you got in an airship in Final Fantasy 4 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah. And
you flew around. It looks like that, except of course next gen graphics and a little bit bigger and cooler looking, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it looks. It looks really good.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, have they ever done a turn-based game with that type of feel to it? You know what I mean? Because it looks like it's open world, like Final Fantasy, I don't know, 14, like whatever, just open world.
I don't know if you want to consider open world, since the map is you're going to places on a condensed map.
Yeah, but you know what I mean?
Traveling.
The view of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's when you look at
sandboxy. Because when you see games like that, it's like you can do it whatever you want type combat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you see a game like that. But I've never seen one that looks like that, but fights with turn-based mechanics.
It looks good, dude. It looks good. All right, so we got that. Oh, here we go. This is news for Grant. He loves this.
Age of Empires 2.
Yep.
I'm so
Age
excited.
of Empires 2 Definitive Edition and Age of Mythology Retold are announced for the PS5.
I think we already talked about it last episode, but we could talk about it again because it's going to be great.
Did we?
I think
we already talk about it?
I think we did.
Whatever. Okay. Well, if that's the case, and that's the news. That's news, Grant.
Yeah, there's not really much news. I mean, there's just always like big subjects. There's not like a lot of small things.
All right, let me stop sharing for a second. All right, Grant, what do we want to talk about next? Okay, I say we talk about the big subject and then move into Google protecting Politico and all that stuff and showing you guys kind of live what I'm talking about when it comes to Google protecting them. But all right, so let's talk about USAID, all the big news for the USAID that came out, right? You know, first it was just kind of, we were just looking at, you know, just standard politics stuff. It was nothing to talk about when it came to gaming yet until a lot of news broke.
You knew that was going to happen. You knew it was going. You knew it was going to get there eventually.
Yeah, so a lot of news broke. All the big time streamers, Asmongold got on it. Geeks for Gamers, Veilguard, Smash JT. You know, all those guys, they got on the news and talked about it. So we don't want to regurgitate it here, like what you guys heard. So we're going to kind of break it down from our point of view, and then talk about something else that I found kind of interesting. Interesting. All right, so let me share this image real quick, Grant, before we go into our Twitter feed. Let me go pull this up. Okay. All right, so this is going to be a breakdown of what they found so far, just the main stuff they found at first, right? And this was published by the White House, I think, on their website. All right, so you got 1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities. I remember these tax dollars at work. 70,000 for the production of a DI musical in Ireland.
Oh,
whatever. Hey, 1 second.
That's cool. Looks like we got 2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam.
Yeah, so like it's ridiculous. And you got 47,000 for transgender opera in Colombia. I mean, why? 32,000 for transgender comic book in Peru.
Why are we giving that money? I'm saying, like, why are we paying for that?
Well,
I don't understand
they
that.
Pay for themselves. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, but there's a reason for all this, Grant. All right, 2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala. 6 million to fund tourism in Egypt. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for nonprofit linked designated terrorist organizations, even after an inspector general launched an investigation. Dude, when I was in the military, when you got audited by the inspector general, like, it was a big deal. Like, you better had your shit squared away. This got audited by an inspector general, and it still just went under the radar.
This is insane, man.
Millions to 𝐬𝐝 Alliance, which was involved in research at the Wuhan lab, which we all know most likely the cause of the COVID virus. And, you know, let's be honest. All right. And then hundreds of thousands of meals that went to Al-Qaeda affiliated fighters in Syria. Jesus. Funding to print personalized contraceptive birth control devices in developing countries. Hundreds of millions of dollars to fund irrigation canals, farming equipment, and even fertilizer used to support the unprecedented poppy cultivation.
Yep. People don't know what the poppies are. That's where you get your opioids from.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. And then, you know, we just pulled out.
You know what's funny is they say that
Afghanistan, and that was a whole big another big failure.
They send all this money for the poppy cultivation, right? But yet there's quote unquote a fight on opioids. You know what I mean? But yet they're funding it.
Yeah. Now, I was actually at a certain command during this time that was involved with the Afghan pullout. All right. I don't know what has been declassified or not, so I'm not going to go into much. All right, so I'm not going to talk about it. But let's just say, yeah. All right. So another thing, check this out. When it comes to like USAID, now they gave money to all these other. Now this is not covered here, but they gave money to all these other news organizations too. Politico, that's a major thing. Now remember, Politico, went into that story trying to dismiss Gamergate, call it like just in conspiracy and all that crap. They pushed a lot of stories. Google pressed it. Google advertised it. They pushed Politico up on the top of their feeds for everything. CBS News. Now, remember, just what dropped recently, Kamala Harris's interview that was unedited on 60 Minutes.
That was awful.
If you guys saw that, that was a complete spin doctor from hell.
Like the way that they edit it, she was actually answering questions they haven't even asked. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were piecing together the answers from different questions to make it all flow, to make it make sense. That's how bad it was.
All right, so everyone's like, "Oh, well, what does that have to involve in gaming?" All right, we just mentioned that, but there's more to it. All right, so let me share our X account. Okay, let's go into. All right, we're gonna listen to Asmongold real quick. Let me know when you see that, Grant.
I see it. The left hates this guy. Boy,
I think it's only a minute long, so let's
look right here, and I'll show you. Like, people think I'm fucking crazy. I'm not. Look at this. People wonder, are tax dollars used to promote wokeness in video games? Answer is yes. USAID paid Politico millions of dollars a year to write pieces like this one, which promotes diversity and describes Gamergate as disinformation and harassment campaign. So this is the thing, guys. I want these people to suffer because that's what they did to me. I want to set an example. Get rid of these people. Put them, like, completely out of their jobs. Get rid of them. Make an example of them. Say, listen, this is what happens. Gamers rise up. What goes around? Yep, what goes around comes around. And we're coming. Look right here, and I'll show you.
Let me pause it. Okay. So Asmongold got in. Now, he was a big victim of all this.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone remembers. Yeah, what's going on, Shadow Ink Designs? Hey, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, Asmongold is right. People like get triggered when he says stuff like this, but he is right. Like, absolutely right.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. He's spot on.
He's a victim of it. You know, people. You know, this money being utilized by publications to go after him and these major streamers. You can call Asmongold's. People call him right. I guess that people call him right wing. You know, wing, but he's really not. If you listen to him, what he says, I mean, today's world, yeah, he's right wing, you know, because everything that you disagree with, what the far left fucking bullshit, weird shit that you don't agree with, you're right wing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that would be spot on characteristic.
I mean, I always thought he was always like a centrist.
He's very centrist, I would say. Very centrist, but a lot of common sense approach that would make him.
Yeah, I mean,
people would see that he's right wing.
Exactly. Well, it sounds like it's right wing because the far left shit is so wacky.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's how bad it is.
All right. So let's keep going. All right. So this was another thing. They're pretty much shut down right now. From the looks of it, all operations right now for USAID have been halted. Offices closed down and everything like that. Okay. And all this stuff is coming out. This is just the beginning.
Oh yeah.
This is what they just figure out in the last day or two, dog.
This is about to get very, very interesting. Like, you know, after the election, I just took a break from the news, you know, just because it was always just a bunch of, oh, we hate Trump and oh, he's going to do this. And, you know, from one news organization, there's another one, just, you know, this is back and forth. I'm going to keep my eyes on the news because I want to see, like, this is like a soap opera to me now. Like, I want to see what's going to happen. Like, I want to see who's getting wet. Like, because I mean, dude, they're going to talk about JFK's assassination. They're going to talk about all that stuff. If they release the Epstein files, oh boy.
So all these, hey, what's up, prepared artist? Thanks for joining again. Yeah, raise a two. If I agree, yeah, you think he's a Bernie bro that just wants to burn it down and win Trump? Yeah, that'd be fair. That'd be a fair one.
Here's the thing: a lot of Bernie bros went that way just because they felt so disrespected by what happened to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
In the Hillary thing election.
So anyway, so let's get to this. So when it comes to like the broader, you know, all those people were dismissed as conspiracy theorists, right? Like just simple stuff like that, you know, the government funding all this crap, you know, going after right wing, you know, being I guess some government agencies being a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party.
Correct.
Well, guess what? Everything's coming to light, and they were.
Yeah, big time. Like, actually, it was worse than I thought.
And not only that, you have private companies, public companies, major tech companies like Google, which we're about to talk about, helping all this shit.
Yeah,
they'll play it like they didn't, but they were. And you can see it easily just by going to Google.
Well,
and
here's the
trying to search
thing.
for stuff.
When is the last time? Because in the history of the country, there's been things that have been shut down, and different things. When have you seen just about every Democratic politician physically go to protest out in front of this, because they know that they're about to be shown up. They're about to get hit.
Brother, it is huge. And this is just the start, like we said earlier. This is just the beginning of all
They
this
hate
crap.
Trump, so they hate this man so bad.
All right,
It's
so
like a burning hate.
we just mentioned this, but just to kind of pin it home, Politico took $8 million in USAID taxpayer money while attacking Gamergate and pushing anti-gamer narrative.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump admin has, again, just cut them off. As you saw by all the closures and stuff like that, they're done.
Yep.
Until they figure out everything that, when they completely break everything down and see what else they've been spending money on.
And it's not even that. It's also, you don't know how much money that they've given to the puppets that have been out here being the arm of an arm of Politico, basically. You know what I mean? Like all these left wing people who do what we do, but on the other side, you don't know how much money they've gotten.
Have publications gotten this? Has gaming publications got this?
I guarantee IGN got something. Have
streamers, major influence, when it comes to social media influencers and stuff like that, major streamers, have they received anything?
Yeah. And there was one guy that was actually talking about it. I'm sure we'll see it in a little bit.
It's speculation.
Well,
all right. Just to be, we want to be clear with that. It's speculation right now. But, all this was speculation before also. And it's all true now.
I don't think I'm to the point to where I don't believe in any middle ground. I think it's either they did it or they didn't. I don't think there's any way it could have happened. No, I don't think that anymore. I think there's a higher chance of it did happen more so than it didn't.
So it's really just how far does this go? Again, we'll probably figure out, they'll figure out a lot more as they keep investigating this. But it is probably one of the biggest stories that I can possibly think of in the last few decades. Think about it. A government entity going after a different thought, different party.
Yeah.
It's insane. And protecting news, gatekeeping news, promoting it is false news. A lot of it was.
Oh yeah.
Holding off on news stories. It's pretty significant. All right, Grant. Let's see if that was it for the USAID stuff, because I want to go into this next subject. Or it's technically a tie into this. So let's see. Yep.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, this is not, again, this speculation, but this was reported earlier. Now let me blow it up a little bit.
That guy
this
is
speculation. We're not saying the guy's doing it.
Do you think that guy voted for Trump?
Of course not. Look at him.
Exactly.
Right.
That's pretty bad when you just look at
All right, so shortly after AF Post reported, shortly after USAID has shut down libtard streamer Vosh. Again, this is speculation, okay? You can't take this for heart.
Mm-hmm.
Vosh is begging fans for subs and money. It is unclear if the two are related in the wake of many left-wing outlets being exposed as arms of USAID. Listen, I don't know if this guy came out and defended himself and said the reason why, whatever. But again, this is speculation, but it is something to look at.
And he could have been just making fun of it, playing into it. You know what I mean?
It could have been. It could have been. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I don't know like his stream at all.
No.
This is the first time I ever heard of him. All right. But it's something to look at. Like, if all these publications are getting it, what gaming publications receive money to push crap, in people's faces? I guess an agenda in people's faces.
Do you think IGN got any
what
money?
Streamers got it? IGN? They would be on top of my list.
GameSpot?
Yeah, they would be on top of my list.
Those three right there. I like to see them books. Let me see them books.
But I don't even think IGN is smart enough to do that, honestly. All right. Let's see. All right, that's it. We already talked. All right, and that's all that news for that. All right, so Grant, I want to show something real quick. I want to share my screen here shortly.
All right.
Let's go to our YouTube.
And usually we're not like a real political channel, but this all ties into everything,
Yeah. So I want to show something here. All right, so let me share my screen for this. All right. Let me blow it up. Okay, so you just type in political and USAID. Politico and USAID, right?
Mm-hmm.
With everything that's coming out to light.
With the proof. With
proof and everything.
This is what CBS News has to say.
This is the first thing you see on Google when you type in Politico and USAID. Do it yourself. Whoever's listening to this podcast, just type it in yourself.
Yeah.
All right, Politico and USAID. It's Vox. Everyone knows Vox is just fucking most piece of shit news organization there is.
Yeah. CBS News. Trump makes misleading claims.
Yep.
When they have proof, but he's making misleading claims.
Politico, Forbes, Yahoo, Politico. I mean, Politico is just all the way up here. Guardian, of course, I entered them into the Google chat, so of course they're going to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like a ridiculous. Oh, and Snopes, which is, again, we already found out that they were getting money. We found out that they were fake. As a fact-checking place, Snopes is fucking garbage.
We didn't get any money. That's crazy. Everybody got money but us.
All right, so that's that. Let's let me stop sharing that. Let me go to my other screen. Politico. Let's see. What did I type in last time? Politico receives government funds, federal fundings. Here we go. All right, so you type in here. Let me share my screen again. Let me share this one.
God, get it together, man.
Oh my God, worthless. Worthless. All right, so type in. I mean, these are just common searches.
Look at CNN.
It's nothing like. I'm not trying to word it differently. Politico received federal funding. Okay, White House says it cancels $8 million. Trump makes misleading claims again. CBS News, CNN, The Hill, Yahoo. Nothing to tell you of anything.
Go read that title. Go read CNN's title at the top. What does that say? Now they have proof of it.
First one.
They have proof of it. That's the crazy thing about it. And this is what they doubled down on. The White House says it will cancel 8 million in political subscriptions after a false right-wing claim.
Gatekeeping, dude.
How is that a false claim when it's real? Like it's there.
Okay. What else did I type in? I typed in actually, let me go to my bookmarks.
The thing about this, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this. This is so big. Like this is so big that there's not enough political outlets to run enough cover for this. Like there's not. Like they're trying. They're trying. And they can't do it. It's so hard for them to do because they're pulling the whole 2020 stuff, where every time Trump said something, they come back with all this other stuff. But now that they got proof, they're still trying to do it. And you can see that nobody's buying it anymore.
All right. So here's more stuff, man. Like I want to kind of get through this, but I just want to, one of our main title for the podcast was Google Protecting USAID, Google Protecting Politico, and all these other organizations. And they are.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one you guys can type in if you want. Just type in Politico USAID funding.
And we're not making this up. Like you can do it yourself.
Slate is your top news source. Vox is your top news source. Oh, there's a Fox News 2 days ago with nothing of their new stuff they have reported today and yesterday.
Yeah.
CBS News, Politico, CNN, The Hill, Politico, Dispatch, Washington Post. Are
any of those fair and balanced?
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Shadow Link said, I just posted the news about Politico and Gamergate in the MGGA community.
Well,
that was very noteworthy.
Designs, guess what? Google is running gatekeeping for this stuff too. And it's quite ridiculous.
Yep.
A major tech company that everyone uses to search stuff is running claims. Type in whatever you want.
Correct.
And I guarantee you will
down
not
your own rabbit
find
hole.
something that is negative towards Politico.
Correct. Go down your own rabbit hole.
And no one's talking about it. They talk about the USA Gamergate stuff, okay, but it's way bigger than that because you got this crap.
Yeah.
Someone trying to figure out the news, they get fed this right in front of their face. Someone that's in the middle ground that doesn't know anything about it. This is what gets fed in their face.
Yep. And when they have proof, people are saying that it's just a false claim or right-wing conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, here's the thing: is like this is the true definition of going down with the Titanic. They're plugging in, they're hooking up their instruments, and they're playing the violin as it goes down.
I don't know if anyone's talking about this right now. This Google thing. I mean, they've been hit and busted before, right, on other topics, and they had to change their search engine to fix it, right? Like I think it was something involving with Trump and the election and stuff that they had misleading search algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is happening again, and they will not apologize for it. They'll continue doing it. I'm not sure what other streamers are bringing this up right now involving this USAID stuff, but this is a major deal. This is influencing people's thoughts, influencing their decisions on what to believe. And
you might get a job at Fox News after this.
You talk about the biggest psyop. People bring, it's a conspiracy. This is one of the biggest psyops ever perpetrated on American people, and people aren't talking about it. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist? No, I'm not. I'm doing it right in front of your fucking face.
It's right there.
No other side of the story that they're going to post that's recent that everyone's been talking about. They just post this shit in your face.
Yeah, they need to give you a Nobel Peace Prize for journalism for this.
We're on a gaming podcast, and we're better than fucking half the goddamn journalists that you see.
Oh man, my boy over here, like April O'Neil, giving the news.
What'd you say?
What?
All right, so that concludes our USAID crap. But I mean, you guys do your own thing. Go to Google, do it yourself. I'm not bullshitting you here.
Yeah,
it's a major issue in today's world, and think about all the stuff wrapped up around these major game devs, these AAA gaming studios, how they can collude with Google, how they can drive their sales when all these other people maybe on the wrong ideological side that are creating games, but because they're on the wrong ideological side, they can't get Google to help them.
That's true. FBI's gonna show up at your door, by the way.
I know.
Maybe they might not be around by then.
Yeah. I mean, God knows what they're doing. I mean, all you gotta do is set up your yard like Rambo did. Yeah. But this isn't me coming from the MAGA side. This isn't us coming from any side right now. This is us telling you what we see.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I see. And anyone else can do it themselves.
That's it. All
right. So, Grant, let me stop sharing.
Look, Rosaltooth wanted to buy April O'Neil Reporter. Ed's for sale. He's for sale. He's got a price. Everybody's got a price.
I like the old school April O'Neil.
What did you think about Megan Fox, April O'Neil?
I'll take it.
She looked good as April O'Neil.
She's not a good actress.
She's not. She's not.
It.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I mean,
why not?
I mean, I take her as damn. I'm trying to think of somebody terrible.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything right now.
Right.
I'll figure it out. I'll come back. We'll come back to that.
I'll tell your wife to watch this podcast. Ooh, got him.
It's in
Bro
English.
code dissolved.
Doesn't matter. English. It's in English.
Okay.
She'll be like, "Okay." I'll be like, we're just talking about food.
Bro code. All right. That's gaming news. That's USAID attacking gamers. That's Fextralife we talked about. Google protecting Politico and all these other crap involving the USAID story. Grant, it's time for that top 10, buddy.
Oh boy,
it's time for that top 10. All right, you went last time first, right?
Indeed, I did.
All right, let me go to our things. Okay, so today's top 10 for this episode is a top 10 best one-liners in movies. It's a very simple one. Anyone can probably think of 10 just off the top of their head.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be our top 10 for today. Critical Gaming. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'm going to share this podcast.
No
hablo. Dissolved.
No hablo inglés.
All right. So top 10 best one-liners in movies. I'll start with my number 10.
All right.
My number 10, Grant, is an easy one. I'll go ahead and pull up my image.
I don't have images, by the way.
I know you don't.
Fine.
You don't have to tell anybody. We all know you don't have images.
I'm gonna give you some honorable mentions first.
All right. Well, you can start after I do my number 10.
Okay. All right.
All right. My first one is say hello to my little friend.
Bro, that's way down there. Oh my god, that's super iconic.
All of them. There's a lot of good ones, buddy.
But you gotta say it like him. Say it like him. Do it real quick.
Scarface, 1983.
Do it.
Fantastic. Do
it's a
what?
great movie. But do it.
You can speak
Say
Spanish.
hello to my little friend.
God. All right.
You couldn't do it.
We'll pretend we never heard that. All right. So yeah, Scarface, 1983, dude. Such a classic line. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
If you're not like 18, I guess. All right. Go ahead, Grant. Your honorable mentions.
Okay, here we go. So they're all three
I'm
from
not
Arnold
pulling
Schwarzenegger.
up pictures for you.
That's fine. They're all three from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
God.
And I got a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger on here, but
Yeah.
these are great. So
Right.
in Last Action Hero, he was punching a guy, he was beating up a guy, right?
Yeah.
And he threw him through a pitcher and he told him to hang around.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
And then in Batman, what's the one where he's Mr. Freeze?
Yep.
He froze the guy and said, chill out. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger is the king of one-liners, right?
He is. All right, Grant, you're number 10.
Okay, my number 10. That was it. My number 10 is from Terminator 2.
Okay.
It's Hasta la vista, baby.
Oh,
Everybody said that. You got that too?
Of course I do.
Yeah. Everybody spoofed that. Like that's like whenever like comedy shows and everybody like in Living Color and shows like that, like take your line and use it for their own game. It's classic, man.
It's classic. All right, Grant. My number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share it.
Mm-hmm.
Is Why So Serious, Joker.
God damn it, these are great, and you got them way down here. Like, why are they so? Why is it so down?
Dude,
why is it so far down?
I got so many classics, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like
they're not better than my number 1, 2, and 3, or 4.
We'll see. Oh, you probably got
4,
300
5,
up there.
or
God.
6. Why So Serious, Dark Knight, 2008. The Joker. Go ahead, number 9, Grant.
That's fine. I got one I know that you got up there. That's going to be one of your high ones, and I'm going to put it low. And it is This Is Sparta from 300.
It's not even on my list.
Okay, well.
Let me find your image for you.
No, that's fine. We all know what I look like. Just
no,
Google me. Just Google me.
Sparta.
All you got to do is just Google me, and King Leonidas shows up.
Oh, I got a picture of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Corky from Life Goes On shows up.
This Is Sparta, of course. Fantastic scene. All right.
Didn't you say that you watched this movie? You're like fresh out of boot camp.
No, we watched this movie in Iraq.
Oh, okay.
Our first deployment, like every other night, dude. Before we went on patrol. Let me share it.
Oh, y'all ready for war then? Y'all.
Oh, we were ready, dude. Ready to get it. All right. Let's see. This is Sparta. Where is
God.
that? What?
Just go to the next one. God, we know what it looks like. We know what it looks like. Kicks the guy into the hole.
Huh? We got to put the image up, dude. It's graphics. It's graphics, Grant.
Well, what is your computer running on?
It's right here. See?
2 megabyte RAM. There it is. So that's me kicking the guy into the hole.
No,
you got the same physique.
No. It's not you. Okay. Grant, what is number 8? Yeah, number 8. Okay. Grant, my number 8, which you just said, is Hasta la Vista, Baby.
Okay.
From Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 1991. All right, Grant. Your turn.
Ed, there was a movie that came out in 1988. Back in the 80s, wrestlers like to be in movies like that. You know, they had contracts to be in, but only few of them. Some were Hulk Hogan. Well, Hulk Hogan was mainly one of them. Yeah. There's another guy. His name was Roddy Piper, the Hot Rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie is called They Live. And his line was, kicks in the door. He says, "I've come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubble gum." Great. Because what's funny is whenever you hear people try to do it when they're serious and they get it wrong, That's the funniest thing.
Here, let me. I think this is a scene right here. Let me put it on the screen.
God, he's dead now, man. I hate that too, man. I love Roddy Piper.
This is it, right?
Yep, that's him. Hot Rod.
Oh
there
my
he is.
God.
Best line ever, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, shouting. I love. Yeah, Terminator 2, great, fantastic. All right, Grant, number 7.
Mm-hmm.
This is a more up to new age,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, more up to date one-liner that everybody loves now. Let me just show the image, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. I am Iron Man. Fantastic. Great one-liner. And this was really the last great Marvel thing really that we've ever gotten.
That
if you
is
think
true.
about it.
Besides, I did see Wolverine and Deadpool finally.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Great movie.
That kind of brought everything back, right? Brought everyone's interest back in the movie. But yeah, I am Iron Man. From what was it? Endgame, right?
Yep.
Or was it Endgame?
It's Endgame.
Yep. All right, Grant, go ahead. Number 7.
I'm about to up you real quick. In 1988, the Christmas movie Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
He didn't up me because I already got him on the list. I already got him on my list, buddy. What are you talking about? Got it on my list. Yeah.
You know, people don't give Carl Winslow enough credit for being in this movie. Reginald Bill Johnson.
Diddy parties.
Dude, he wasn't. Dude, this. Maybe, I don't know. But you know, this Carl Winslow always played a cop. He didn't play anything else but a cop.
Yep. All right, Grant. My next one. What is this, number 6?
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 from a classic movie. You're gonna need a bigger boat from Jaws.
Yeah.
Classic line. Everybody knows that line. But a great movie too. At the same time, this guy went on to do SeaQuest. You remember that show with the dolphin? SeaQuest.
Wait, is that the guy with the guy from Sidekicks?
I think so.
Because I think he offed himself.
But this guy went on to play.
I can't say it. I can't say it or we'll get banned.
Of that ship in SeaQuest. I'm pretty sure that's who he played. Yeah.
Dude, Sidekicks is a great movie. Nobody talks about that movie with Chuck Norris. Great movie. Nobody talks about it enough.
But yeah, you're going to need a bigger boat. All right, Grant, you're number 6.
All right. Ed, this movie's for you because I know you've seen this movie millions of times. You've laughed and you've cried. I've seen it. For those who don't believe me, I've seen it. It's I'm the King of the World from Titanic. I remember one time Ed was watching, this is on VHS, I was watching, he was in there singing the Celine Dion. I called him singing Celine Dion. He was in there singing it. My Heart Will Go On. And Ed, this one was for you.
I knew you were going to put this on your list. You know why? Because you're a sweet guy. Why did you put this on your list?
Here's the thing: is I put because it's iconic. How many people spoofed this? How many people spoofed this?
You cried at the end, didn't you?
That was you. That was you.
No, you're the one that picked the picture. I don't even have this on my top 10. You wanted to pick this
picture. I did this.
You're trying to call out somebody, but you're the one that.
But I did it in honor for you, friend. Mm-mm. I did this for you.
You picked the picture.
I didn't do it with you.
In other words, you're a sweet little guy.
I didn't do it with you. I did it for you.
All right, Grant.
I was just thinking back the times that you were bawling your eyes out at old Jack going down.
Sure.
What's funny is
hide it.
Well, what's funny is how come she didn't get him on the plank? That plank was big enough for 2 people.
She just let him die, man.
I know that thing was big enough for 2 people.
Yep. All right, my number. What was that? 4 or 5 or 4? Yeah, whatever. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Die Hards. All right, Grant, go ahead.
What number are we on?
We're on number 5.
Number 5.
That's right.
Sean Connery. Bond.
Oh,
James Bond.
I like that. Let me pull it up.
Just type my name in. I'll pull up. That's when I had my beard, though.
You don't look like any James Bond. Sorry, Grant. All right. Let me pull up the picture. Here we go. Sean Connery, classic. Best James Bond, you think?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I think it's him than Brosnan.
You like Brosnan?
I like Brosnan. Well, they made video games.
Pretty good.
Then Sean Connery wouldn't know.
GoldenEye was awesome.
Hey, Sean Connery wouldn't know video game.
That's true. Was that our number? That was number 4, dude. Right?
Oh, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, number 4. All right. Let's see.
Oh, number 5 was it. My number 5 was Scarface. Say hello to my little friend.
Scarface. All right.
Yeah.
Fair. All right. Let's do number 3 then. All right. Number 3, Grant, is one of the most iconic phrases ever, I would say. I'm just going to pull up the picture with the words. May the force be with you. Yeah, it is.
No, it is. You're right.
It is. May the force be with you. Star Wars, 1977, when it was first coined.
And then when they started doing May the 4th be with you, I was like, oh, God.
God. Yeah. May the force be with you is my number 3. Go ahead, Grant.
All right. Number 3 is Luke. I am your father.
That's a good one.
The biggest reveal at that time in cinema history.
Yep, sure was. Let me get the image up. Such an iconic scene.
Yep.
So iconic. All right. Too bad. What's his name turned out to be a dumbass.
Yeah, that's true.
What's his name? Darth Vader voice.
Oh,
Why am I forgetting this?
I'm drawing a blank too.
Why am I forgetting this? James Earl Jones. Duh.
God.
All right. Yeah,
Get
but
it
James
together.
Earl Jones, he passed. So
Yeah.
R.I.P. for him. Golly. All right. Grant, I'm going back. Old school, baby.
I know what it is you're going to say.
Not
I
as
already know
old
what you're-
school as these lines when they came out in 70, but they're in the 80s, early 80s.
Okay. I thought you were going back to like the 30s.
Nah, man.
Thought you were going to give me some Casablanca. Here's looking at you, kid.
Let me find the picture. I'm just going to pull it up because it has the words on it. Clint Eastwood, go ahead and make my day. Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Sudden Impact, 1983.
That is true.
Yeah. Man, I miss Clint Eastwood, dude. His old movies.
He's still alive. He's not dead.
I know, but he doesn't really make.
No.
He writes, produce. He doesn't.
I know.
He doesn't do.
You're like giving him a eulogy. Like, he's still alive.
Westerns and those awesome movies like Sudden Impact. What was that one when he was the Secret Service agent? You remember that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. But Unforgiven, all those, dude.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Grant.
I didn't know all those movies were like part of the Dirty Harry series. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Number 2. Why so serious?
That's a good impression.
I don't know. I sounded just like him. Like, if they need me to.
That's a good impression, dude.
I know.
Say it again.
My father was a drunk and a fiend.
Oh, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. They should have casted you.
They should.
There's a weight limit. Sorry. Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
That is a good one. That's great.
All right. Yep. All right. My number 1 is, it really is the most iconic ever. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's my number 1.
I'll be back.
That's my number 1.
Everyone knows that. Every single person on this planet knows what "I'll be back" references.
Even if you didn't, here's the thing: it's so
Even if you
iconic.
didn't watch the movies.
If you didn't know the movie, you know who said it.
Yep.
Or if you didn't know that was Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know what movie it's from.
Yep.
Yep. That's my number 1 too.
Yep. Number 1. All right. So that was our top 10. All right.
If y'all got
top 10.
Y'all got some ideas? Give us one. Give us a top 10. Leave it under our video. And we'll do it.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, just comment. Just write it.
Any
we'll
video, this video, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Just comment. We'll do a top 10. As long as it's within reason.
Yeah. We can't do. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. Top 10 best one-liners in movies. All right. That's complete. Let me get rid of that picture. All right. Grant. We gotta talk.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? I have a top 10 that I want to do, but we're not going to do it. We're going to do it eventually.
Well, don't say here. Wait till after the podcast.
No, I got one.
Yeah, Razor Tooth. It's a classic one-liner. Can't really.
Here it is. Top 10 best B movies. Like straight to DVD, straight to.
I would shred.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's good.
I watch so many B movies, dude.
I know. But I'm saying like that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that one.
I love B movies. I'm talking about like Sharknado.
No, I'm talking about. Here's the thing. I'm not talking about like Three Ninjas. I'm talking about like Three Ninjas Kick Back. You know what I'm saying?
You do a top 10 on Sharknadoes, dude.
Oh, dude, I could do a top 10 just like on American Ninjas, like all those 90s ninja movies.
All right. So next segment, Grant.
Bloodsport 2, Dark Kumite.
Yeah. Don't interrupt me. What are you doing?
Kickboxer 2. When they switch from Van Damme to that Sasha Mitchell, that's when they started going. That's when they put her in the B movies. But go ahead. All right.
You done talking about B movies?
I'm done.
Okay. Now everyone knows our top 10 for next week.
That's fine.
Thanks.
We don't know when.
Right.
They don't know when.
All right. Our next segment is Disgruntled Gamer Rant. And our subject for the Disgruntled Gamer Rant is Daniel Vavra, however you say his last name. All right. It has like
the guy with no PR team.
Line on A. Yeah. And the lead for Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? 1 and 2. All right. We're not going to dig
not bashing
into
him personally. No, we're not bashing him personally.
Him, but it's just what he's doing right now.
Which is stupid.
Now, before we start, okay, I played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 finally today. Okay. I got only 3 hours in. I got to say, I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first one. I haven't gotten to any of the parts everyone's talking about. Okay. You know,
you're not about to hook up with Hans.
Like, I understand what's going out in the media right now, and we're going to talk about that too here shortly. But it's as a gamer playing the game right now, I am having fun. Just 3 hours in, just 3 hours.
Good.
Okay.
That's good. Polaris says, "Sweet, the Blue Man Group is live. The Blue Man Group is live."
Oh shit!
Talking about our shirts.
All right. What's that?
Not talking about our shirts, not your bald head.
I would be good. I had to shave my beard though, man.
Nah, you couldn't be a Blue Man Group. We'd all know it was you.
Yeah, I know.
You'd be like 7 foot tall. Be like, God.
All right. But anyway, we're going to talk about Daniel Vavra. I don't know. Whatever. Basically, his social media comments. Okay, as the lead for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and all the game's woke, the game's not woke. This has stuff in the game, and him responding to reviews and stuff like that. So let's pull up our X feed real quick. We got all the bookmarks. Okay, before we get into him, we want to talk about some news on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Kind of recent news, okay? Since people have been playing the game. So let me pull up, let me know when you see that screen. Let me blow it up a little bit. Okay. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 features, this is a story by Fandom Pulse. Okay. I don't know if this is true or not, but I mean, they've been pretty accurate on a lot of things anyway. So I'm going to just take their word for it for now. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 features graphic depiction of children or a child sodomy. Okay.
I can't read. My boy can't read. I'm sorry, guys. He can't read.
Graphic depiction of child sodomy. What? What do you think? What do you think that S word is?
He's got the third.
All right, go ahead and read it.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 features graphic depiction of child sodomy.
Talking all that shit.
My boy got a third grade reading level.
All that shit.
Third grade reading level. It's okay.
All right. Anyway, so graphic depiction of child sodomy. Okay. So Hans, supposedly during this time period, is actually only 15. Okay. So there's a gay sex scene with Hans if you choose it. Okay.
If you choose it.
If you choose that route. There's a gay sex scene with Hans, which is one of your bros.
Which is much IGN is close about it.
Like it's just your boy, your partner in crime,
they chose it over there at IGN.
Sticking something somewhere.
They chose it at IGN because they'd already made 5.
Yeah, IGN loves it. They love it. They love that. All right. So let's go into the article. Let me click on that. Hopefully there's not too much ads. All right. I don't want to do that right now. Okay. So before, Daniel was no, actually you can't see that yet, can you? Here, let me stop doing that. Let me share the web page. There we go. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before this is kind of what we want to get into. Okay. I don't know if this is a bait and switch. I don't know the guy. He made a good. His team Warhorse at Warhorse Studios made a great first game, and so far in 3 hours of playing the second game, it's fun. Okay, yeah. But like all the discords, the social media posts, it's turning out like he's just not being upfront about a lot of things. Okay.
And he's butthurt about a lot of things.
And he's butthurt about a lot of things. Okay. Now, the point of this article is, let's scroll down to the bottom. He has tweets of saying gay characters already in 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, but you didn't have the romance option with them. Okay. Like you didn't have the choice at the beginning. Henry was a canonically straight man in the first Kingdom Come Deliverance. Okay. And now in Kingdom Come 2, you have the choice. So, like, when we say this game is woke from a concept of a gamer having a choice in a game, I don't consider that woke at first for now.
Correct.
Okay? But we're about to go on some more things. Like, I see a choice. Okay, it's not woke. Baldur's Gate 3, not woke. Even though everybody wants to, one side wants to claim it, saying, oh, it is woke. There's gay scenes. That's not woke because you have the choice to play the game however you want to play it.
That's true.
Okay? I don't consider that woke, honestly. But there's some things I do consider there's a red flag for it, okay? Mm-hmm. And it's basically him kind of playing this back and forth and not being honest on some things, like playing the crowd, like being that, that bait and switch tactic, saying, he's based and all this stuff, going after leftists. And then what's the purpose of making Hans gay?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, like... What was the purpose?
None. There was none.
What's the purpose of adding the what is the guy from the Mila Empire that they added to the game for the second one? I forget. I haven't ran into him yet because I'm so early into the game. But like force, like kind of in your face kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When he said, we're just making a game. But from everything we've seen, now we're going to make our own decision when I beat the game and give our review, okay, to see it firsthand before we start going down this road, okay? That's something we do here. We play the game and we beat it, and then we let you know. But anyway, there's a lot of juggling with this guy, of what he is. And now, Grant, let's keep going down the article. Now... Here's IGN, they're all about this.
They love
romance
this.
With Sir Hans.
They just keep
tweeting about it.
Because they've posted this 6 times so far.
Yeah. So anyway, it's now been uncovered that Hans is a teenager when this scene takes place. The first Kingdom Come Deliverance features a codex, one of the entries in for 𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿. It states that he was likely born around 1388 and died in 1419. The entry reads, underage son of 𝐮𝐩𝐝𝐵𝐿𝐿. And Hedvika of I can't do all that. Hedvika of Daba. Okay. In the opening scene for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the game makes it clear it takes place in 1403. Okay. Hans is going to be 15 years old. I understand this might be going down a rabbit hole, but it is still a fact. That means in the year 1388 is accurate for the year of Hans' birth. He's only 15 years old when he's engaging in sodomy with Henry in the game. So if you choose to go the route of being gay and get in that gay scene between him and Henry, he is only 15 years old. Buddy. So anyway, they're kind of calling for the investigation of Warhorse, of the developer that added that. You're showing force underage. I mean, pretty much pedophilia.
Yeah.
You can say in a video game. Okay. So anyway, enough of that. Let's go back because I want to share some other things. All right, I want to share you. All right, we had an episode of David Jaffe talking about
having with us. He tried to come at us.
He came at us, and we were like, we're talking about video games and real life, the difference between, and you're talking about actually going to see prostitutes.
Like you were talking about buying. You were talking about buying hookers.
David Jaffe would.
Yeah, you were talking about buying hookers.
Again, he is the creator of the original God of War series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hats off to him for that. I love those games, but that doesn't change the fact of what you're saying now. Anyway, he takes digs. He's pretty much very left leaning ideologically.
It's way out there.
Very left leaning. He had a episode recently when he admitted to seeing sex workers with Alyssa Mercante. We already know her issues with the lawsuit between her and Smash JT. Complete batshit crazy, honestly.
Wasn't she supposed to leave Twitter?
Had a podcast with her. What?
Wasn't she supposed to leave Twitter? She keeps coming back.
She blocked her account, and then I don't know. Is it still blocked? I have no idea. I don't really care about her.
No, I don't honestly.
All right. So let me share our Twitter again. There it is. All right, Grant, you see that?
I see it.
All right, so this guy, Melly Mac, responded to the quartering earlier. I just wanted to share these tweets because it's between Daniel and this Mr. Ghostwriter 1 about this scene. That's too big. Okay, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so basically he responded to a tweet and Daniel responded back. But basically the guy said, Lars said, if you decide you want a love scene with Hans and 𝐾𝐶D2, you're committing pedophilia because Hans is 15 years old. You can't even make stuff up like that. All right, then Daniel tries to defend this position. Imagine that women at the time were married at age 12. Yes, they were. Okay. In many parts of the world, they were married at age 12. Had children. Also, they needed witnesses during first sex. He's right about that. Okay. So that's decent post. Okay.
What does that have to do with the video game?
Yeah. Well, you got to understand where he goes, the way he responds, trying to defend his game, dude.
Well, he's trying there's some things that you can make historically accurate, but some things you don't need to.
What Lars responded to that was, if you're aiming for historical accuracy, then why are there no children in the game? Because they could be killed. Killing them is bad, but having sex with them is fine. Okay, bud. So there are no children, but 𝐾𝐿 is a child, and you seem kind of lost. No, he's really not. He's bringing up good points.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel, but you're not winning this one. So 𝐾𝐿 is the only child in the game, and coincidentally, it is possible to have sex with them. You were lost when you designed this game. Valid points.
Valid point.
Valid point. Okay.
I feel like this guy just Googles his name and then responds to everybody.
Probably. All right. So we covered that. We covered Asmongold. Let me go to
because his PR work is terrible. Because he just spells
everything that you said up front about being base, anti-woke. I mean, great, dude. I mean, I think your game so far, with 3 hours playing in, I'm loving it. Okay. Yeah. I'm not bashing your game. I'm not going on any side here, but I am pointing out some basic hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm watching David Jaffe, creator of the OG God of War that I liked a lot, playing 𝐾𝐶D. Then I checked the messages. There's a message from guess who? I'm guessing someone that was, involved in his, that guy that was responding to him, calling out the sales number. Someone, just kind of tagging him and stuff. But brother, you're watching David Jaffe.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about being based and anti-woke and making sure you're just making a video game? You're watching the wrong motherfucker.
Yeah, for real. And plus, David Jaffe, when he made God of War, I mean, he was like Shaq with the Lakers. Now he's like Shaq with the Celtics.
Exactly. Okay. So, from what we're getting at, there are, people.
But I want to go down further. Go down further to the review. This is where I started noticing, because I didn't really care about what he was saying until I saw this.
Yeah.
This man freaked the fuck out over because somebody gave his game a bad review. And
Go ahead.
And it dropped his score out of they no longer have a 90% Metascore because of one review.
Boo.
Yeah. And he went on this tirade, and he went on this and the thing about it is a lot of the stuff he's done is self-inflicted. Like,
it is self-inflicted.
It's self-inflicted because here's the thing is, the overall picture is your game has sold 1 million copies in the first 2 days or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Just enjoy the success. Just enjoy the fruit of your labors. Why do you feel like you have to type in your name? That's because that's what you're doing. Because there's no way that you see all this just on your timeline, and have the need to respond to everybody. Just enjoy your game. Like I guess that's what I don't understand. Like I don't understand about that with anybody. Like if you're successful, just shut up. Who cares? Let people talk. Your game's high. All your scores on Steam are good. Like what do you have to complain about? You're going out of your way to cause issues. You're going out of your way for people to fucking hate you. I don't know you. I don't hate you. I'm just saying I'm getting that vibe because that's what you're doing. You're going way out of your way for people to talk shit to people who don't like your game. Not everybody's going to like your game. Not everybody's going to like your game. That's just the facts.
Yep.
And then like whenever that the whole shtick of his, like whenever people started talking about the gay scenes in the game, when that started like the smoke was coming, like he started just like giving it all away. Like shut up. Half of the shit nobody would have found out if you would have just shut the fuck up.
A lot of stuff is coming to light after the fact that his game sold well, and like he's coming out like he pretty much fooled everyone, with who he is. And like just going after, I mean, listen, not everyone's gonna like your fucking game, dog. Everyone gets a bad review once in a while.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I'm sure someone might have gave that a bad review. But, and my response to this was, dude, IGN, not everyone's going to like, I actually responded to this tweet. I said, dude, not everyone's going to like your game. IGN gave one of the greatest games ever created back in 1997 an 8.2.
8.2.
Not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to like this type of RPG. Not everyone likes Skyrim, dog.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? You're just going to have to take some, jabs to the chin every now and then. But it feels like he cannot take it. Like,
he can't.
He has to keep defending all his positions.
He's got too much pride, man.
We just got the receipts from a few years ago.
He's got too much pride, man. And it's kind of like if somebody, here's the thing is, if somebody busted their ass and they worked out right, and to them they think they're ripped and stuff like that. But if somebody comes up to them and says, you could do a little better. You're not that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then he gets all defensive and all bent out of shape. Well, you don't know nothing about this. You don't know nothing about working out. You know what I mean? But it's on the game side. Nobody knows anything about games that calls it out. And everybody is a loser basically. And it's a complex, man. Like the best position you can take in this, because I've never seen somebody self-sabotage themselves like this. Like, just shut up. Easy. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Enjoy the win. Take the W. Because you're going to make people hate you. Like, who cares? Just shut up.
Yep. And I'll be like, again, I'm only 3 hours in. I'm enjoying it. We'll give our review. And we're not saying your game's trash. We're not saying it's woke. We're not saying it's not woke. We're just saying we'll figure that out later. But this main conversation is about his comments.
Yeah.
His social media, like what's going on. Like you're playing to be this, but you're not that. You're having to defend positions when it comes to the sodomy thing with Hans. And you're having to defend yourself too much.
The thing about it is he's choosing to. Like he's feels like
to get in these arguments.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I don't understand it. Like just hush.
Brother, you sold over 1 million copies.
Correct. That's what I don't understand.
If I'd made a game like that and sold 1 million copies, like good job, team.
Yeah.
We made a shit ton of money, and
here's the thing is the truth is since it's optional, I don't give a shit about the shit in the game. It's all optional. I don't care about it. But you're making people care about it because you're coming out and you're the one driving that force. You're the one talking about it. You're the one that has to quote unquote come down from your throne and talk to the peasants. That's what you feel like you're doing.
From past misconstruing a lot of things that he said originally about his own game.
Correct.
And now in this game, having things that you didn't have in the past that you're now saying.
He feels like he shouldn't have to. He feels like he shouldn't be questioned.
Yeah. All right. I think that's all we have on Daniel. Vavra. All right, Grant. Last segment of the podcast.
Oh boy.
Last segment. This is one of my favorites.
Real quick, before we get into that segment, you know what? I'm going to do something. You go ahead. Go ahead and get to the game, Gambit. I'm going to look up something real quick. Go ahead.
What are you going to look up?
No, I got to worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no, about it. Okay. Let's see. All right, so our next segment is a game Gambit. We're going to ask AI to give us a randomly generated game from any era or console, and hopefully it gives us a good one. We've gotten some pretty good ones in the past couple weeks. All right, so give me a random game from any era and any console. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay. Let me pull up this. It's funny we got both of these back to back. Let's see. All right, Grant. Were you want to say something before we begin?
No, because I was looking at what, and it's crazy. IGN back in 1998 gave Xenogears a 9.8 or 9.5.
I agree with that.
Well, I know, but they gave Final Fantasy VII at 8.3.
Yeah, just 1 year later. Like Final Fantasy VII is a superior game to Xenogears, but Xenogears is also deserving of a 9, right? Or not above a 9. But Final Fantasy VII is definitely deserving of at least a 9 or above. Anyway,
I'm gonna do some more research. I'm gonna have it prepared. I'm gonna go through a bunch of games. Next podcast, I'm gonna have a list of games that IGN gave scores to back in the day, and we'll see if we agree or disagree.
All right, Grant.
Oh boy, you probably did play this game. I did not play this game.
I didn't play it, but I know of it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, and let me find a video for it too.
At least it's not Seaman again. Seaman 2.
All right, so Jet Grind Radio came out on October 30th of 2000 on the Sega Dreamcast. The developer was SmileBit, a subdivision of Sega. It was originally released on a Sega Dreamcast with later ports to Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Switch, so on and so on. But basically, the gameplay mechanics is the players control members of a graffiti gang aiming to tag as much of Tokyo, futuristic Tokyo. I think they're actually making a new game for this, if I remember correctly, a sequel.
I could see why people would like this game.
Yeah, the game features inline skating mechanics where players can grind on rails, jump, perform tricks, get combos. But at the same time, you're taking graffiti and spraying stuff as you play through the game.
Because
it's that old cell shaded graphics. So let's pull up a video.
I wouldn't like this game, but I can see why people would.
Yeah.
I didn't like skating games, man. Except Skate or Die back in the day.
Tony Hawk's were awesome.
I did not like Tony Hawk. I'm not a skateboard guy. I
love Tony Hawk. Okay, so let's do this.
Well, if you like him so much, why don't you marry him?
Oh, shut up.
No, people used to say that.
All right, let me know when you see my screen, buddy. Let me close this image. Jet Grind Radio.
Jet Grind Radio.
All right, sharing now. Let's watch a little bit of the gameplay.
All right.
Now loading all those old loading screens, dude.
Oh boy, and Dreamcast took forever.
Yeah, let's skip forward a little bit.
Fast forward a little bit more. The loading screens are like 6 hours long. Right.
Fun game, dude. Looks like a fun game. They are
That's what I'm saying. I can see why people would like it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm making that noise every time he jumps.
Yeah.
Go!
The airways and terrorizing you with tunes, because we're gonna turn these dirty streets into one big dance party.
Whoa.
Jet Set Radio! Those cats who ransacked
That's
the
not
Queen
Rachel's
show
fault.
That's not
turned
at
out
all.
to be the love shockers. Love broke their hearts, and now they're looking to do some breaking of their own.
Overview of the map.
I don't like the music. I don't like that, and I don't like when he jumps. He's not running up them stairs on rollerblades like that. I promise you, not like that.
Those are great stuff.
They should have made it where you run from the cops.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't do this one.
All right.
No, not for me.
So it's Jet Grind Radio. Critical mention about Daniel. Yeah, he's just childish. He can't take criticism. You're right.
That's true. That is true.
100% right. All right, but yeah, for our game Gambit, Jet Grind Radio came out on the Dreamcast in 2000. I remember this game when it came out. I didn't play it, but I remember it was a big deal. It got good reviews too.
Hey, I think I might have.
They're making a sequel to it.
I found my Dreamcast. I wonder what game's in there. It might be Record of Lotus War.
It might be my games that you borrowed and
never. Don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, Record of Lotus War is great.
It's a great game.
Yeah. All right, Grant. That's a game Gambit. Let me close my screen.
And that sounds like that's the podcast.
And that is the podcast.
Okay. I'm going to wrap us up. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Go follow us on X. Go follow us on YouTube. Go follow us on Facebook, Instagram. My boy done got all the socials. TikTok. Am I leaving anything out? MySpace. Go follow us on MySpace.
It must be you because I didn't make
AOL chat rooms. Go follow us there.
There you go.
And follow Ed on Pornhub.
There you go. Yep.
Type in the beard, the beard.
All right. But yeah, so we're gonna break all these segments out into separate videos. We're gonna make a separate video for just the Google Talk. I don't know. Hopefully this catches on. I'm not sure why not a lot of people are talking about this, but this gatekeeping, major gatekeeping. I'm not just talking, not just the USA Politico crap, but the major gatekeeping that's going on with Google. And
you never know. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐞𝐭 might show up at your door.
She might. Okay. All right, Grants, guys, that's it.
All right, guys. Well, look, y'all have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.